Yes. Okay. Now we have volume on YouTube. Okay. Let's let the girls know we're live. Obviously made a video on YouTube. If you'd like to go to my YouTube profile and click on my YouTube channel, I posted a piece at 7:30 this morning. Hey Dubs. Good morning, everybody. As many of you know, this is Justice's Waiting Room. This is a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. And cool story, Jared. I'm a socialist, so hey, I just want everyone to have universal health care, education, income, and housing. Did you just become a socialist too? You did, didn't you? All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. You know how it works. Every day, first thing we do, start the show, little war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And many of you, it might be your first time. Lots of you are going to be like, who's this? Yeah, oh, Canada Day, yeah. Whoa, what is it good for? Many of you are going to wonder, who is this guy? Where else can I see him? What awful news has entered in the night for us? Oh, trust me, be heard. Oh, trust me. Plenty of it. Plenty of it. There's tons of bad news. But yeah, many of you have wondered, who am I? My name is Jared. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Good morning. We are live with Justices. I'm sending out a tweet that, or not a tweet, a BS. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I actually had to leave the Indiana subreddit because I got name called, and people use slippery slope straw man arguments to call me a bootlicker for saying that they basically they wished for peace for the dead, right? Peace for the muerte. I got it out of TikTok shop, right? And I said traitors do not deserve peace. And they said that I was a bootlicker for the police and that everyone deserves peace and death. And I said I fucking agree vehemently. I think there are some things that you can do in this life and there's no remorse for that for you when you die. None. And I happen to believe that if you're an American citizen, you take what's called the citizen's oath, and that you protect your country against all threats, foreign and domestic. And that little domestic part also means domestic terrorists and traitors. And if you have a problem with that, hey, I'm the first person to call for physical altercation if there's an actual problem with that. If you have a problem with that, I'm all about it. I'll fight for what I believe for sure, for sure. And I don't want violence, any at all. I don't. But when you say that people deserve peace in death despite what they did, I'll argue against that all day. I'll argue against that all day. Mm. Yeah, apparently he had a pew pew, and so he had a pew pew and resisted arrest and priors and is a traitor. No peace for the wicked. Exactly. I don't, and the thing about it is, I'm not, like, the end of the conversation was them saying, like, careful comments in chat, please. Yeah, do be careful. But yeah, if again, if that is an issue for you and that's going to affect our relationship, you can name call me on your way out, right? We're not going to start our relationship with you name calling me. Not going to work. So Indiana wonders why Indiana ain't winning elections. It's because you got people in your communities that will name call and use logical fallacies when they argue with people that are telling them the dude was a traitor and traitors deserve no peace. It's just shut up. I wish. I'm making up a thing. I don't know why I'm listening to the end song in the beginning. Anyway, I'll fight that. Fight with you. Yeah, right. Like in the Indian in the general chat in the Indiana not subreddit in a Discord, uh the comments came down like one of the January 6 rioters, a violent criminal, was pardoned by Donald Trump and pulled over, Jasper County, Indiana, which is like not in the city. Pulled him over. They knew he had priors. They knew he was an insurrectionist. Apparently, he pulled a gun on a police officer and resisted arrest and was unalived. And I said, if that's the case, like if that's what happened, I wish him no peace. Like, and I got called. I got told like your morality is in question. It's just like no, no. I feel completely moral saying like, I believe was it Gladiator? Was it Gladiator? The movie when they said what we do in this life will echo for an eternity. Was that Gladiator that they said that? Was it Gladiator? I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna Google it. What we do in this life echoes in eternity. Gladiator. How the fuck did I know? Okay. Jesus Christ. I think it'll stop before it gets started. Hopefully. I'm crossing my fingers. Okay. So a lot of people are talking about this being O Canada Day. Okay. And so while we have that expectation, okay, I want to further the excitement. Okay. Donald Trump late last night. Donald Trump late last night in the middle of the night. Okay. He did what I thought he would do. Okay. Now, here's the thing. It wasn't nearly as severe as it could have been. Okay. But I just put What? Okay, I put trash talk to Canada. No, I mean I wish that would have been great. If he'd have just talked shit on Canada, that would have been great. Okay. Um, that would have been awesome. If he would have just done that, that would have been great. It didn't happen though. They paused all federal grants. Okay, so the OMB late last night paused federal grants and federal funding. Now, a lot of people would normally be really freaked out about this when they pause federal funding, right? After they paused funding to Ukraine for 90 days. And here's the thing, here's the thing, here's the thing. It could have been a lot worse. And so I'm heading this off by saying this could have been a lot worse. Okay. I was thinking when I was going to open that and read that it was going to affect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all that shit. People are going to muerte. No, that did not get affected. Individual benefits did not get affected. So listen, I know it's tough fucking sledding out here, but listen, Canada will take us all. But listen, it didn't eliminate SNAP benefits. It didn't eliminate Medicare, Medicaid. For what I know, it doesn't affect Social Security. What it did was it limited the money that states get for things like grants, um, research grants, colleges. Yeah, and for the record, um, people are telling me about the Federal Register has none of these things on it. So I get it that Jared, it's bad. Again, he didn't pause SNAP and Medicare, Medicaid, and a bunch of the poorest people in the world in the United States die. Okay, so I am saying that. But yeah, they pause these programs. I'm not saying people aren't going to suffer, and that there might be an incidental death here and there, muerte, but that compared to the stark reality that like, yo, the Canada report coming out today, it's gonna have some heat attached. How do I know that? So fuck the Washington Post for not just being free to read for everybody, especially when we're talking about things that impact lots of people. I'm not paying for a fucking subscription to your shit when you carry the water, okay? But BBC's got an article up, okay? Yeah, it just got paused. It's not over, okay? But that is now being used for something I disagree with. Is it the 3-day pause? Not that I'm aware of. Federal grants and loans and other federal assistance according to leaked government document. The full impact of the pause is not clear. So for the record, U.S. President Donald Trump has paused grants, loans, and other federal assistance according to a leaked government memo verified by BBC's U.S. partner CBS News. In the memo, the acting head of the Office of Management and Budget (OMB) calls on government agencies to ensure spending is consistent with Trump's priorities. The full impact of the pause is not yet clear, although the memo specifies that Medicaid and Social Security benefits are not affected. It comes days after the U.S. halted nearly all foreign aid. So remember, we talked about like he paused funding to Ukraine. Um, the move has been criticized by members of the rival Democratic Party who warn of devastating consequences on programs that people rely on. Um, it says it encompasses. I'm going to read this, and this is how you know this. We're fully living in idiocracy. Um, It says it encompasses financial assistance for foreign aid, non-governmental organizations, DEI, woke gendered ideology, and the Green New Deal. Stephanie, I don't even understand that, but it sounds racist. It's on the borders. Like that isn't like I've heard dumber shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Medicaid not affected in Medicaid. Yeah. No CC. No Social Security, no Medicaid. Is the document does specify that. I saw the document, but again, and by the way, if everybody wonders why I left the Indiana Discord, it's over this story right here. Yeah. Remember, demoralization is what they're doing. Like the only people that are going to have problem with the electricity are people on the border, and it's like I don't understand. Yeah, Jamie Raskin's doing a live talk today. Doesn't say anything about military pension, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing Donald Trump could do to affect military pension. So yeah, 178 people in here. However, the hell many we got on YouTube. Analytics says 36. There are over 200 people in here. So remember, anytime. Yeah. Well, obviously, the report that Canada is going to release is the story of the day. Okay. But one thing that we're not talking about is what happened with DeepSeek. Okay. So here's what here for the record. Okay. I'd been saying, oh, I get it now. I get it now. They're talking about Canada saying they're going to cut power to the United States. Yes. Yes. Okay. So what we gotta make sure we talk about this, okay? So keep in mind, I'm a senior at Purdue University studying data analytics, and this isn't my first degree, okay? And not my first technical degree, okay? And I've spent about a year studying artificial intelligence. One of the things that I'm going to keep saying, and it must be said, artificial intelligence is a ruse. RUSE. It's a ruse. It's not real. Here's why. Artificial intelligence requires a consciousness, an individually developed, a naturally and organically developed conscience. Sorry. So if you are producing a computer capable of machine learning and deep machine learning, and you develop a consciousness for it, that's not artificial intelligence. That's like artificial intelligence. AI, right? We're not even fucking there. Okay? So not only is there no consciousness, not only is it just deep machine learning and machine learning, like really smart computers, really smart search engines, right? They're not capable of conscious independent thought. And people are not recognizing this, and their companies are spending billions and billions and billions of dollars to implement artificial intelligence when they're not actually doing that. It's not actually AI. It's machine learning. It's deep machine. It's just really smart computers that are absolutely capable of doing jobs that humans need to be doing. But here's the thing. Humans still have to have let me back up. Computers still have to have humans to operate them. They don't turn on and off on their own. They don't go to sleep. You know what I mean? They're not conscious. They're not consciously making decisions. They don't have a conscience. They might have had one developed. Yeah. Yeah. So the story is keep this in mind. I've been telling you that AI is a fucking ruse, right? And you know who's a big proponent of AI? Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a big proponent of open AI. And I had said since the beginning, I literally used Chat GTP and open AI in college. I got encouraged to do it by a teacher. And do you know what happened? I only did it for like half the time because it wasn't worth it. It wasn't smarter than me. It wasn't telling me shit. It wasn't teaching me shit. It didn't know shit I didn't know. It knows how to do what you tell it to do. Okay. So keep this in mind. I've been saying AI is a fucking ruse. So what happens? Elon Musk has his hands all over OpenAI and they're trying to get billions of dollars out of the US government, billions of dollars of investment. Tons of big companies coming to Elon and saying, I'll pay you. I want AI in my business. Only for a small Chinese company with 5.6 million American dollars built built what's called DeepSeek, which is much faster, produces much higher quality results, is much more resilient than OpenAI. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm talking about graduate level work at Purdue University, and you're talking about like a fifth grader, right? So there's marginally a big difference between what your grandson's capable of writing and what I'm writing. Good to go, like technical documents explaining shit. So just keep in mind, I've been saying I'm not big on artificial intelligence. The shit is not, it's not that good, y'all. You are better than that. It's just that No Child Left Behind left a bunch of kids behind. Is real talk what happened. And motherfuckers need to read and need to get a college fucking degree. You know, I got two kids I coached that are freshmen in college right now, and they've come and talked to me about how their professors are like, as AI is a machine devoid of any ability to receive divine intervention and influence, therefore no conscience. Exactly. Yeah, make sure you read on tyranny. But yeah, obviously this Canada report is gonna be um have any AI pass a Turing test. I think they did say that one of the AI did pass a Turing test, but it was designed to do that. They designed a computer to be able to defeat a Turing test. It doesn't matter. DeepSeek made a better AI for an nth of the cost, and it blew out the fucking US stock market. Like Nvidia, who makes the chips that DeepSeek uses, and they're aged chips, so like there's better hardware out. Nvidia lost 12% because Nvidia won the contract for OpenAI, and they were going to build all these super fucking chips capable of doing what OpenAI was talking about, and DeepSeek was able to produce far better results. Hmm. That's insane. So you're completely stuck. So what will happen is there's like an order of operations. Yeah, but that's not relevant, Cora. You don't necessarily need it to recall stuff. I also watched a video. You want to be crazy? Yeah. Uh. Mm-mm. Um. People are. I just found out today. I have a update on Apple, and apparently the new Apple update puts an AI on your phone, and you gotta manually stop it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's a report coming out at noon. Yeah, so I want to make sure I said, hey, we were expecting this report to come out from Canada. We're expecting the results of Executive Order 13848 to come out, and you got to understand Donald Trump in the meantime is going to do everything he can to put something out that overshadows it, right? That diminutizes uh the report. And so he did that. He did what I thought he was gonna do. I thought when I went to bed last night, I was like, he's gonna fuck with SNAP. He's gonna fuck with Medicaid, and I'm not on it. Keep in mind, I don't take I'm not even eligible for those benefits. Okay, so I'm not on Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, SNAP. But I worked in that industry for fucking years. And the reason that we left, everyone that I know got out of that industry. All of the great employees that I've worked with over the last like 5 years, they all left the industry completely because the benefits weren't good enough anymore. I mean, think about this. In 2024, okay, I was still in the Medicare, Medicaid industry, okay? I talk to people getting $12 a month for food stamps. $8 to $12 is not better than nothing. $8 to $12 won't get you out the door with a handful. Good to go. So the benefits already were not sufficient. So I had said if Donald Trump gets into office, those are the first people to because Donald Trump will absolutely touch Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. And for the record, those are all on the chopping block. They've talked about touching all of them. Okay? It's just what he did last night, right? What he did last night. See? Only received $23, right? Yeah, Project 2025 is real. We've known that shit. What do you think about all the rollbacks about DEI, EOC? Oh, Donald Trump is a racist, surrounded by racists, supported by racists. Donald Trump federal pause on or a pause on federal funding. Big pause on federal funding. Student loans, research grants. Fortunately, it's not people's food. Okay. And understand that he did that to overshadow the reports from Canada dropping today. Yeah, he did. I don't. Okay. You ever read a comment from someone and you're like, why are you here though? Yeah, not people's food yet. So I'll be panicking with you, and I'm not even on those benefits. But like, if if it ever came down the wire, that's what they were gonna do. I'd be the first to tell you. That'd be the first thing we talk about. Just like the first thing we talk about today is not everybody. Let's learn the Canadian national anthem because these Canadian reports are gonna come out and save us. I'm saying no. The most important thing that we talk about is Donald Trump through the OMB, the Office of Personnel Management and Budget, put a pause on federal funding. And that's going to affect a lot of people. Remember, this is how our show goes, right? We always talk about the most impactful thing first. Um, and again, we hope that Canadian report does a lot. We joked again about learning the Canadian national anthem, but not yet. Not yet. How is this even legal? Yeah. Didn't touch vet's pension. I'd be pissed. Again, you'd hear me screaming. Okay. No, it doesn't include that. I read in the document I read, it does not touch individual benefits. I don't think veterans benefits. I thought I read the thing and it said it didn't touch individual benefits. It says it encompasses financial assistance for foreign aid, non-governmental organizations, DEI, woke gender ideology, and the Green New Deal. But I can tell you, the moment it touches food, right? The moment it touches food, what is the report from Canada about? The report from Canada is about interference in their elections. And so it's like basically the whole G7, NATO have all had, basically all have Green New Deal and a thing. Hey, neither is fucking woke gender ideology, or you know what I mean? Like neither is the half the other shit. To like that motherfucker's crazy, bro. Work on grant money, maybe out of job 23 years. Yeah, see, this is what I was saying. It might affect people that work on grants. Okay, although all through winter school, free breakfast and lunch. Hey, that's the hope. Elon's interfering in everyone's election. What about housing vouchers? See, I didn't see that, and I posted the links. Um, I thought I'd seen the actual documents, and I can be wrong. I'm capable of being wrong. Let me see here. 2-page memo right here, document cloud. So here's the actual location of the document. Okay, so everybody can see. Okay, the actual documents, the OMB memo itself, January 27, 2025. So what I'm hoping is that because it's a bunch of hullabaloo, Elon's now declaring Trump unfit to run a country. Oh yeah, you got to understand something. So if you are going to be a part of this show and my audience, one thing that you have to understand is that everything is by design and it ain't Donald Trump and Elon Musk's fucking design. Good to go. This is China. This is Russia. This is North Korea. These are our enemies. Absolutely telling them what to do. My son gets Medicaid. His medicine's $87K a year. Yeah, yeah. That's I got out of this industry. Yeah, Heritage Foundation. It was funded by China CCP. Hmm. Straight out of the TikTok shop. Totally making it up. Hmm. Yeah, I dislike Elmo and Trump specifically. Yeah, MAGA voted for Putin. Hmm. Yeah, and so everything that happens is by design, and understand chaos is the design. So when you see Donald Trump get in office and right away he's telling Putin, you got to end the war in Ukraine or we're going to have to sanction the shit out of you and shit. Like, remember that? That's chaotic as fuck. You're buddy with him right until you get into office and now you got beef. And then obviously, think about JD Vance and how he's been kind of pushed around by Donald Trump and shit. That's by fucking design. Think about Donald Trump wanting to tariff people after he tries to jam deportees on them, right? Well, just so you know, executive orders aren't something that you can interact with. They can just be reinstated. Okay. So I want to make sure we got this out here. Here's the actual thing. Okay. And it's a temporary pause. I just don't see where it says other agencies. Like, and again, I think it does nothing. Relevant agency activities that may be implicated by executive orders, including but not limited to financial assistance for foreign aid, non-governmental organizations, DEI, woke gender ideology, and the Green New Deal. Okay. Well, Green New Deal doesn't exist. Woke gender ideology, like that's hard nothing. DEI, you eliminated DEI all over the fucking place. Like, what are we talking about? And non-governmental organizations, colleges, so they're talking about eliminating federal funding for college. Eric Trump's threat. Yeah, they threatened everybody. What do you know? Eric Trump's. I mean, the apple don't far fall from the tree. You've never met a group of people that were the victims. Non fucking stop. It doesn't say. I posted the link to the thing. It does not name hospitals. I told you what it encompasses. It literally, I think it does nothing. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. I don't think it does anything. I think it does some things. Yeah. It doesn't do the thing that's gonna kill a bunch of people, which is end SNAP, Medicaid, Medicare. Um, it doesn't say that though. They called it blatantly unconstitutional. It is. I want to point this out because it's been pointing. People have been pointing this out to me. Okay. We have this thing called the Federal Register. Okay. Okay. You're supposed to be able to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just I'm doing the research before I say anything. So here. Want to make sure you got the Federal Register and you can see all this stuff yourself. Okay. And I want you to keep track of what you hear and what you see. Okay. Okay. So the reason that it's happening is because Donald Trump was allowed to take office. I'm gonna keep saying this shit. There were not names on the invitations. He didn't put his hand on the Bible, and there were fucking two of them in Melania's hand. Good to go. Um, last night, so like think about it. Today's like the 28th. They hadn't updated the Federal Register. So like all these executive orders that Donald Trump is signing like aren't getting put where they're supposed to be. Does that make sense? So it's like everything is fucked. I don't think that order, other than freezing federal funds, money that people live on, right? true Christians don't put a hand on the Bible to swear an oath. And I'm assuming you think that a true Christian took the oath, right? Oh my gosh. So one thing you got to realize, I grew up in the church and I was confirmed in the Methodist church when I was like 15 years old. And as somebody who's studied the Bible extensively, even as a child, um, y'all didn't read your book. Y'all didn't read your book, you know. I want to point out if you read Genesis chapter 3 from verse 1, God is the original deceiver and he never asks for forgiveness. And then think about Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh my gosh, Lindsay, it's not even close. It's like the YouTube is the teacher's lounge, TikTok is the cafeteria. Yeah. Bootlicker flag. I don't understand. What is the scripture again? Genesis chapter 3. Just start there and read. You'll notice that before Adam and Eve ate the forbidden fruit that God told them not to, for you shall surely die. And they ate the forbidden fruit and they didn't die. In fact, it was the snake that told them like, "Oh no, you'll have everlasting life." Like, what are you talking about? And they, for the record, didn't die immediately after eating the forbidden fruit. That's why I'm staying here, yeah. So if you feel like you belong in the teacher's lounge and not in the cafeteria, you should go up here, go to the YouTube channel, click on the YouTube channel, and go to that chat room. Okay. Are you aware that ICE is operated by Palantir? Yes. Yes, I am fully aware. ICE is illegitimate. Chinga la migra. Good to go? Oh, it's in Matthew the Beatitudes. You should read it. Why? I definitely don't need to read it. The Bible is irrelevant to me. You know what snow boots? Is that real? I'm not really sure what it means, but I think cute winter boots was a way to defeat TikTok's algorithm and talk about protesting without saying it. Chinga la migra. Yep. Took Spanish for like 6 years, and I fucking hate authority. People knew ICE is a Trojan horse. Yeah. No word on Medicaid. Although, like I've said, I could definitely see it happening after February 3rd while he's still in power. Remember, he's doing all this for the reaction. They want chaos. They want Americans in mass protest so that they can declare martial law. Just so you all know what their goal is mass protests so they can enact martial law. Okay? Okay. So what do we need to do? Well, amplify the voices of the people that are telling you, "Hey, here's what's really going on. Here's what's really happening that's important." I mean, think about I got on here this morning and the first thing we talked about is Donald Trump's pause on federal funding and how I think that's going to affect the most people. We should talk about that first. And then go watch mainstream media all day today not really cover that. They might give a couple minutes to it. Okay. And then I'm saying all that to say that that's a cover for the Canada report that comes out today. And again, go watch mainstream media. And are they telling you that Donald Trump's pause on federal funding is going to affect a bunch of people? And this Canada report is why? Are they? What do we want to do? The Grand Risings. But yeah, and a lot of people are like, why aren't the Democrats doing anything? And it's like the Hatch Act, Executive Order 13848, the prosecution of election crimes document, the fact that Kamala Harris said justice is coming, that Joe Biden said, I'm not going anywhere and keep the faith, right? And the day before, and keep in mind, they were going to work through the weekend and we'll see y'all on Monday. Fuck do you mean? I'm not sure what you're saying, Chris. I don't know what you're saying. You're confusing me. Yeah. Yeah, all Donald Trump is perfect for the Russia Trump relationship is perfect. It's perfect if you're Russia because he is a useful idiot. Yeah, if you mass protest, you just give Donald Trump the ability to declare martial law. And he wants this. That's what he wants. So it's playing into his hands. What is happening February 3rd? That would be 90 days into the. So, okay, it's a good question. Okay, what happens on February 3rd? Everybody's been asking. You got it. Okay. So, I'm going to link a document into the chat. Okay. There's a document here that links to two other documents, Executive Order 13848 and the DOJ's prosecution of election crimes document. In order to get the one, you got to do both. Okay. No. So what we're pushing for is a general strike on March 15th. So is it March 15th? I think that's what I saw Jackie Singh talking about. Let me search for it. Okay. So maybe I didn't see a video from her, but yeah, maybe it was on social media. Yeah, it's on March 15th. General strike on March 15th. Okay. And keep in mind we're already in the rebellion. Okay. Yeah, general strike March 15th. This is the stay home, don't spend money on this day. You understand? March 15th. Okay. Remember, this is the Great Tech Rebellion. Okay, so we've been talking about no Facebook, no Threads, no IG. Get Messenger off of your phone. That is a pervasive application. Get WhatsApp off your phone. Get Twitter off your phone. Stop using Amazon. Start shopping locally. Look to grow a garden. Put up solar panels. Start building community. Things are going to get worse before they get better. Okay, but if by March 15th shit is not fucking resolved, general strike. Good to go. Can you explain the Hatch Act as it refers to his eligibility? Well, what the Hatch Act does is it keeps people from commenting publicly on it. So what the Hatch Act does, okay? The Hatch Act is a federal law passed in 1939 that limits certain political activities of federal employees as well as some state, DC, and local government employees who work in connection with federally funded programs. The law's purposes are to ensure that federal programs are administered in a nonpartisan fashion, to protect federal employees from political coercion in the workplace, and to ensure that federal employees are advanced based on merit and not based on political affiliation. Okay. And it was also updated. So there's a reason why Democrats didn't say anything. Okay. The reason why is because it costs money. And think about how Republicans don't give a shit about that. Oh, of course I do. A massive food shortage? Yeah. Already. We're in the middle of the picking season in California and there ain't nobody picking that shit. Here you go. You didn't explain this thing was gonna be 90 days from the election. Okay. So I linked the documents. Executive order. We'll leave TikTok if TikTok falls into the wrong hands. Okay. Executive Order 13848 says that after every election, so not just the presidential election, I want to put a pin in that. Okay. Um, within 45 days after every election, all relevant agencies. So this means FBI, CIA, NSA, CISA, DSIC, Army Cyber Command might be involved. The states are involved. All of the secretaries. Okay, so you've got like president, vice president, then Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, Secretary of Ag, Secretary of Commerce, all those, they all received those reports. Okay, those reports were to be received 45 days after the election, covering every election we had, looking for fraud and interference. Those reports then would be delivered on December 20th. And if you recall, December 20th is when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris went rushing back to the White House and skipped going home for the holidays and worked for a week, passing bills, setting up executive orders, shit like that. Okay. So 45 days after that, okay, isn't NATO meeting today? Well, that would be crazy for that to be happening today too. Who's on official reports now? Well, keep in mind all those 344,000 federal government employees, almost all of them still work there. Okay. Okay. So on February 3rd, it's 90 fucking days. It's 90 days from the election. Okay. Yeah, but Michael, I'm blocking you before anybody has a chance. Somebody blocked you before you even had a chance to do that. Okay. That's a NATO meeting. Well, I mean, today is just a big day then because the Canada report drops. There's a NATO meeting and fucking Jamie Raskin's going to speak to the public at 8 p.m. So I'd say it's going to be a day. And if there's anyone that I have questions for, it's fucking Jamie Raskin. Like, didn't you, son of a bitch, didn't you before the election say Donald Trump wasn't even eligible for the fucking job? How the fuck did we get here? You know what I mean? Yeah, Raskin speaks tonight at 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. Not everything I say is hooey. There are 448 people in here, so you must be doing something right. Also, there's like 57, so there's like 500 fucking people in here, man. That's significant. Hey, listen, while I have you, if you could please try to get 8 hours of sleep a night. Okay? Yeah. 8 hours of sleep a night. You probably also need a nap. I know you probably really hate me right now telling you that your bitch ass needs a nap. Okay? Also, you need to hydrate. Yeah, that's right. You need to. Hey, you got to think every piece of advice. It has two sides, right? On the one side, I say you got to sleep 8 hours a night and take a nap if you need it. And what I'm really saying is, whatever the fuck you're doing during the day, it's got to lead you to 8 hours of restful sleep at night. And if you aren't able to sleep at night, perhaps you should be aiming your energy somewhere the fuck else during the day, because clearly it ain't working out for you. Okay. Now, when it comes to hydrating, okay, I say hydrate on the one hand, and you know why you gotta hydrate? Why you gotta constantly be in search of a clean water source is because it's fucking going away. That's right. Yeah, that's right. We are quickly depleting fresh water. So you need to drink as much water as you can while you still can. And then, hey, you ought to eat right. And when I say eat right, you got to get yourself in a position to grow your own. The bird flu right now is going to ravage fucking chickens and fucking turkeys and all kinds of shit, and all kinds of ducks and fucking geese and shit are going to get bird flu and all die. And that's just here now. So there's a reason I say drink water, aka make sure you have a clean water source. Okay. Make sure that you eat right. And if you're going to do all that shit, you might as well exercise. Right. And big thing here is a lot of people will say, okay, I'm going to exercise. And now they try to do it all in one session, right? Where you're doing a run and a lift in the same 90 minutes. Okay. You got to split that up. You got to lift in the morning, run in the evening. You're going to get a lot stronger and a lot faster if you do it that way. Okay. My advice would be protein powder is great. Okay. If you really want to get into it, you need creatine as well. Okay. And creatine and protein are great for you. Protein powder keeps for a long time. You can use it as meal replacement. It's good cold, good hot, good with milk, good with water, right? So, yeah. NATO's meeting to discuss global instability and prepare for potential conflicts. Hey, the kindest no shit in history. Raskin on TV or social media. Well, I think like TV is. What's NATO Article 4? NATO Article 4 is a state of readiness for all NATO members. You attack one of us, you attack all of us type shit. What don't you suggest instead of creatine? It's not good for my heart muscle. What? You need to see a doctor then. Yeah, you need to go talk to your doctor then. Because if your heart is healthy, creatine, nah, you need to go talk to your doctor. So everyone, before you listen to me, I'm not a doctor, not a lawyer, don't have a Holiday Inn, didn't stay in a Holiday Inn Express last night either. But yeah, creatine. Yeah, it's like a wonder drug. It's like it is what they keep saying. It is what they keep saying Ozempic is. But you should go to your doctor. Yeah, if you work out, if you're gonna work out 6 days a week, you should take creatine every day. As I recommend. We did push pull leg. Ozempic's fucking horrible for you. Yeah, don't take Ozempic. No, there's data that has already come out. Canada already came out with data that says that Ozempic makes your heart muscle weaker. No, he can't pull us out of NATO. I want to point out that the Hatch Act was updated, and I've put that out there. Article 5 is, yeah, I said Article 4 is a state of readiness. Article 5 is the attack on one is attack on all. Yeah, causes bone loss. Yeah, what I'd heard is that it thickens the cell walls in your heart or something like that. Do you think NATO's been enacted? I don't know. That's tough to say. With all the shit going on and no, the are you talking when you say the jab, do you mean like the COVID vaccine? Because I've heard some dumb shit in my life, but poo-pooing the COVID vaccine's one of the dumber things I've heard. They removed what in Canada? Good morning. Yeah, but you know who really likes Ozempic? The right. They love that shit. Yeah, anybody calling it the jab's a red hat. Like, what the fuck? What's crazy is y'all lined the fuck up and took vaccines your whole fucking life. Y'all never had issues with vaccines your whole fucking life. No, I gotta work today. Yeah, actually I take it back. Look on the fucking Federal Register. This shit is tilting me the fuck out. Literally, I'm gonna crash out. The Federal Register, when you search for Donald J. Trump executive order, it ain't in there, dog. And sort by fucking newest and think about he's been in office since the 20th. How many executive orders has he signed? Right? Guess drinking bleach water didn't help. Okay. Look how many executive orders that motherfucker signed. You got to think after the 20th, right? When he got into office, right? Something like 350. Let me count them for you. By executive order of the president, encouraging American policies for the United States Postal Service, establishing the Wildland Fire Management Policy Committee, protecting law enforcement officers, judges, prosecutors, and their families, building the National Garden of American Heroes, ensuring democratic accountability and agency rulemaking, protecting Americans from overcriminalization through regulatory reform, protect the United States from certain unmanned aircraft systems, care of veterans with service in Uzbekistan, revocation of Order 13770, and taking additional steps to address national emergency with respect to malicious cyber-enabled activities. That's fucking all of them. That's all. Since January 21st, somebody said he'd signed like 350 executive orders. Why aren't they on the Federal Register? They're supposed to be within 24 hours. Savannah, there are a handful pending. Would be cute if there were 345 of them. But I'm just going to keep pointing out inconsistencies especially since I'm a data analyst. Hey, on the Federal Register, you're supposed to have your executive orders up within 24 hours. And they're not. That really is a lunchroom over there. It's like, oh, it's a lunchroom with no teachers. Have you ever saw some shit get out of control and you're like, oh yeah, somebody's gonna start a fire over there? TikTok chat room. Mhm. Yeah, so much propaganda. No shit. There's a reason I'm here. The reason I'm here. Every day when I wake up, I'm like, how long is it gonna take me looking at the fucking news before I'm like, I gotta go online. I gotta go live. I gotta start sharing the fucking news with these people. No, any executive order, he signed like 350 and there's 10. But yeah, everybody always asks like how can we support you? Apparently I can fill out for money on YouTube where you can like subscribe and shit. So we'll do that. Okay. You can hit me up on Venmo. Still blocked on TikTok. Why? I don't honestly, Lori. I haven't looked. No, you're a sweetheart. Thanks. And trust me, I'm the kind of person that I wouldn't ask if people weren't paying me. If nobody was ever giving me money, I'm not the kind of person to ask. But generally, every time I bring it up, somebody's like, here's $5. And you're like, sweet, dude. I do this shit out of the kindness of my heart. I don't run ads. I don't have a Patreon. I'm not trying to meal you out on Substack. No, no, it's gonna take a while. It says Donald Trump signed 0 executive orders in 2025. I try to tell you. I try to tell you. Man, he was in a fury. I watched him do it. He signed like 350 since in the last week. He signed a whole fuckload of executive orders. Why aren't they on a federal register? I think C-SPAN will cover the release today, probably. So what does that mean? Man, I don't know. You know what I think? You know what I think? Are you okay? You know what I think? I think Donald Trump thought he was going to get arrested at the inauguration, and the only thing he remembered Kamala Harris saying is, "The moment you put your hand on that fucking Bible, Don, it's over. I'm gonna take you down like the dog you are." And he got all the way up there, and that was the only thing he could remember. Was like, "I swear to God, that lady said she was gonna take me down." So he didn't put his hand on the Bible. And you saw Kamala Harris's face where she was like, "He didn't put his hand on the Bible." She saw it. She was standing right there, like all black. Hell yeah. I thought he was getting manhandled by one of them feds. You know what I mean? I thought it was gonna happen. And then I realized, because I'm not a total dweeb, I was like, you know how unsafe that is? Fucking nothing happened. What do you mean, Virgo? Yeah. So because it would have been totally unsafe. See anything blocked? No, honey, I'm in the middle of a show. It's kind of an odd time to ask why am I blocked. Like, I got a whole team of mods. Shit happens. Odd timing, dear. But yeah, I know it's a crazy. It's like every day you're under attack, but that's how it's supposed to feel. That's how it's shocking campaign. Block 101 Jared's mods. I know. Yeah, we have to ban with prejudice, block with prejudice. Venmo account, yeah. It looks like Jared won them a lot. Yeah, yeah. Hey, and here's another thing. Here's another thing. Go back, watch the inauguration, and watch the priests. Watch the papal that go up to speak, and watch them looking around and ducking and shit for snipers. Okay. Go back and watch the inauguration. Watch every time one of them papal went up there to talk. Look at their eyes looking up at the openings in the roof, like looking for the people coming in from the ceiling. They really thought shit was gonna go down. I'm telling you, the people at the inauguration that thought shit was gonna pop off, papal. All the Jesus people, they were like looking up when they went up to the podium and shit. They were looking around. Is a sniper gonna hit me? Yeah. Somebody said, "Well, where the hell is the justice?" I get it. I get it. So one of the things that you don't want to do is implicate an American. So Americans will absolutely kill each other, 100% to do that. So you don't implicate an American, you implicate an ally. And so Canada coming out with this report, it kind of moves the blame off of another, someone from the U.S., and then it puts it on someone outside of the country, right? So there might be some ire, right? Some Americans might be upset at Canadians for, oh, you're meddling in our election and shit. Why are these not by law being published? Exactly. Exactly. Cece, same wavelength, friend. Same wavelength. Okay. So loud with their own reports. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, they have. NATO allies have already said that we had meddling in our elections too. Algeria, Romania, Geneva, or not Geneva. That's wrong. Georgia, the country. Um, yeah, he did. Yeah, that was the first thing we talked about when the show started. Me too. I hope the Canadian interference report moves the needle. Georgia, Australia, yeah. Yeah. Well, God damn it, Virgo. And my favorite thing today is I fuck with Poland. Okay? Poland as a fucking country, is boycotting Teslas. And I fuck with that. Poland is a fucking NATO member, and they as a country have banned Teslas. And I think that's nifty. Yeah, absolutely. And you absolutely should. You should get up. You should get up. You should go for walks. There's a reason I get on here and say control what you can control, right? Get 8 hours of sleep, drink water, eat right, exercise, stay ready, and you don't have to get ready type shit, right? And now we're at the part where I say, hey, you know how I've told you it's probably better for you to get body armor so that when you get shot, you don't die. Well, that's seeming like a fucking great idea, Jared. And then I'd said rather than go out and get a firearm, you should probably get like a riot shield, right? Again, on the thought that you're under attack, right? Yes, yes, body armor. There's a reason I tell you to sleep 8 hours and drink water and eat right and exercise is so you can fit in a bulletproof vest. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before you go buy a gun, you need a vest because you are under attack. And if you don't protect yours, people say protect themselves and they don't protect themselves. Getting a gun is not protecting yourself. You are putting yourself in more danger by arming yourself. I'm just telling you the facts. You can order it off the internet. Don't get it on Amazon. But you could look up who has the best bulletproof vests, go down until you get to your budget. And I'll put it like this. And here's how I know I'm right. Okay? My cousin, when I was in college, my cousin became a DEA agent. Okay? His job until he left it was to get all those submarines full of meth out of the Ohio River. Okay, so where we grew up, going down and visiting them and hunting and fishing around the Ohio River, it's they're transporting drugs across the river. Not weed, not simple shit. Hard drugs are being transported via submersible across the Ohio River. Still to this day. And my cousin was a canine officer in the DEA tracking these. Yeah, Colt Poland's killing it. Okay. So the first Christmas, and this is more than 20 years ago, everybody. More than 20 fucking years ago. And my cousin came to Christmas and cried and asked my mom to buy him body armor, not a gun. Not a gun. We're going to have to restart this. I got restricted on TikTok for that. I just want to point that out. Body armor, by the way, we're talking about. Well, apparently, me saying that you don't need pew pews, you need body armor, and that you can probably buy good body armor on the internet. And I was even telling you a story about how my cousin, yeah, came home from not even being in the DEA for like 90 days and cried and begged. And this was 20 fucking years ago. I don't need to. We got that. Yeah, yeah, we got that. Okay, we got that. It's body armor. You actually need better body armor. Here's why. It's not all created equal. And so, sure, here's one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things. When I was on active duty, they told us that the body armor that they gave us could take a AK round. You could take a AK round to the chest. It's going to destroy the plate, probably, but you'll live. And you were like, oh shit. And then you ran into guys that their shit wasn't big and bulky like yours. It didn't look like yours. It went from above their chest to right above their ding dong. And you're like, where'd you get that shit at? And they would tell you like, oh, I got a cousin that works here. Yeah, Bob said, good thing about living in red country, I only got to go down the street to get supply like that. Yeah. So keep in mind, it's not all that shit's created equal. And then on the other hand, to talk about pew pew, nothing smaller than a 9. You heard me. 10s are better. Or 9s are better, sorry. And make sure you know that. And make sure that you get armor that stops 9s are better. And we're talking about the TikTok shop. I just don't know that that's true. Hey, and for the record, a lot of people are now misquoting, I think, what we've been talking about all morning. So I want to make sure that we keep talking about this right before we get off here, okay? Hell yeah. I'm I'm literally I believe I'm what's called a diplomat. I mean, I don't know about you, but like I've spent the last 20 plus years on Facebook, IG, Twitter, I've used Amazon, and now get rid of all that. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of Facebook, Threads, IG, get Messenger off your phone. If you do nothing else, get Facebook Messenger off of your device. And I told you straight away. I get it. Amazon's a hard one. It's going to be difficult for us to stop using Amazon. It's so convenient. And the weather's been so bad. Who else is going to get the shit to you? You know what I mean? But understand that the media is not telling you that there are worldwide protests. Believe it or not, everyone wants democracy. Believe it or not. You may say that the shit don't work and it's not for us and all that shit. And we don't really live in a democracy. We live in a democratic republic. And those are the kind of people that you snuff. Okay? Just put a pillow over the face. Metaphorically, straight out of the TikTok shop. We're kidding. Can't roll my eyes any fucking harder. But yeah, Remember that I'm not a doctor, not a lawyer, and I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so the odds that I'm right, not great. Hey, Donald Trump may have just signed a bill that kills a bunch of people. So I said it's going to get sticky and that it didn't point to things like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, TANF, any of that shit. And there's people out here saying it does, and they have PhDs after their name. So hey, you tend to actually listen to people that have like PhDs. Mm-hmm. Okay. Bill number. I don't think there is one. And I also want to point out that if you go to the Federal Register, and you know Donald Trump signed like 350 executive orders, and there's like 10 of them on the Federal Register. I'm sorry, what? Amelia, what was your question, dear? Yes, Maggie, they kicked me out of TikTok for the pew pew reference. Mhm. I know exactly why. What did he just sign? He signed a ban on federal funding by like 5 p.m. today. But from what I understand, he's doing a Western press conference from Canada later this morning. I'm guessing C-SPAN, and on YouTube you can go to Agenda Free. Generally, if I'm not watching the C-SPAN, I'm watching Agenda Free. It's typically just because of the shot, like whatever camera angle. Yeah, I saw that there was a Tesla plant in Germany that had Elon Musk doing the Sig Heil plastered on the front. Yeah. Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that was a double Nazi salute. So, and I don't want to hear that shit. He has, Asperger's, he's got autism, all that shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Well, keep it in mind, even when we got banned there, we didn't break terms of service. I wasn't calling for acts of violence. I was literally saying it's beyond finance still hiring. God, I hope so. Yes, you can see the hate in his face. Yeah. Germany knows one when they see one. Yeah. Yes, they do. And I want to point out that the Democrat the Democrats have failed because they haven't addressed what Donald Trump has done directly. Instead, they focus on things like the economic impact, and it's that has failed. It has failed. Yeah, I don't know why we just got banned on TikTok. I'm not sure why. That's stupid. Hmm. Which is crazy, right? Like I understand the restriction for talking about guns, but nothing we were doing there when we went back live was like breaking terms of service. So TikTok sucks now. Yeah, it's gonna be rough until somebody buys it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just as a reminder, I don't post original content on TikTok anymore. You'll get a video out of me in the morning. Obviously, post inauguration, there's not as much content to be made. Um, yeah. So yeah, all those. I just want to point out all those people that said that they needed a break from politics. Breaks over. Okay. But can you not order it for delivery? Or break over, pay attention. For those that are protective gear dummies, could you tell us where to go? Let's look it up. A lot of people swear by Safe Life. And remember, you can buy this stuff. Target isn't getting rid of what they do. They're changing it so they won't be penalized. Yeah, so a lot of these companies can just like get away from your DEI program and just rename it to something else, like affirmative action. Like they're so dumb that they're going to be so singularly focused, right? Safe life defense. That's what I would do. A lot of people swear by safe life. Why can't we just have the same? Because the country's bought and paid for by corporations. It appealed my uh, shit. Okay, we'll go back live for like 9 more minutes, just to be like we didn't get banned. Yeah, another way to combat it is just change the terms and say something else while saying the same kind of shit, and they're too stupid to figure that out. I'm gonna let it fill back up just to go away. Yeah. Trump told people that can read, hey, if you can read, make sure this isn't the same thing with different words. A lot of people were asking me if I want to be safe, what do I do? We definitely got banned and appealed and beat our appeal, and we had to restart because we got restricted. Then we got banned. We appealed. We are back. I'm not back. I'm not. Show's not going on all day. I got to go to work. Okay. There's 85 people in the YouTube chat. So hey, which is awesome. We're gonna point that out anytime. We just want to get back on here. I'll like the shit. Get back on here and say we didn't get banned. Okay. So we're gonna leave 7 minutes. Good to go. We end the show the same way we start it. And I just want to make sure everyone knows what we stand for here. We talk about in song. They're all signed the White House. So yeah, we didn't get banned. Just throwing that out there. I'm gonna leave in 7 minutes. You can listen to Aerosmith. You should, because that's what I'm gonna do. Remember, no Facebook, no Threads, no IG. Get Messenger off of your phone. Get WhatsApp off your phone. Get Amazon. Stop using fucking Amazon. Stop using Twitter. Okay. If TikTok becomes a meta tool, fuck TikTok too. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, right. Mm, 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 mm. Every one of his executive orders has been in the White House. Bottom doesn't have his name on it at all. It's all supposed to be on the Federal Register within 24 hours, and it's not. Okay. He didn't put his hand on the Bible at the inauguration. There were no names on the invitations to the inauguration. Joe Biden, in his closing speeches as president, did not mention Donald Trump. Kamala Harris said justice is coming. And just know if people's benefits don't get dispersed to them on the first, a whole bunch of people are going to. The saying. What does that mean, not putting hand on the Bible? I think it's Donald Trump's way to say, like, nuh-uh, I didn't have my hand on the Bible. It doesn't count. Deadass. I know you're like, he doesn't really mean that. I mean that. I mean that. Like, he didn't put his hand on the Bible as an out. I didn't even sign the executive orders. Yacht Club with Muffin Uncle Biff. Thing that happens when you toss your pearls of swine. It too may taste like shit, but go good with wine. Okay. Back from all, eat the rest. Now we protest. They do martial law. We're in big trouble. Why do you talk about Holiday Inn? Oh, so People don't think like I'm a lawyer, doctor. It's a joke. Yes, that is coming out today. Make sure there's 125 of you. You need to go to my profile. You need to subscribe to me on YouTube. You could watch this same show on YouTube, and I don't get banned on YouTube all the time. And you can also click the links that I post instead of having to copy and paste them or ignore them, and then you're missing like part of the point of the show. I'm only here because of the audience size. I'm here to convert you, to tell you, go up to my profile, click, go to the YouTube channel. I know. I CC, that's what I was saying. Where are all these executive orders on the Federal Register? They're supposed to be there in 24 hours, and they're not. Okay. Oh, my friend, and shove it up your ass. Only one thing to very good for, eat the rich. That's what Donald Trump wants, Raw. Spit out the rust. Eat the rich. Very good for, eat the rich. Eat the rich. I'm going crazy. This is how we're here to have a good time, baby. Love y'all. Have a good day.